Good afternoon and happy Saturday. It's currently 4 p.m., so I don't have my coffee, but maybe you have something to drink on this fine Saturday afternoon, and here's what's been on my mind for the last week. So I don't have my coffee because this morning I had a lot of practice and things to do in preparation of tomorrow's concert, and if I have coffee now, I will not be sleeping. So tomorrow's the concert, and that's been on my mind, but not necessarily just the concert. I mean, I'm as prepared as I'm gonna be, and it's mostly the idea that it's actually happening. I've told this story in the past in other contexts and other videos and podcast interviews and stuff, but what's happening tomorrow, right? Me on stage, piano and vocals, basically a full concert of original music with an orchestra on stage. It's the dream I had when I first started writing music. Many of you watching this maybe came to know me through my video game soundtracks, which I still do. But video game soundtracks were always the stepping stone. I don't think I've ever seen them as the final destination, so to speak. Obviously, I got into them because I like them and there was an opportunity to do them, and all of that started happening, which is great. But I think the dream is what's happening tomorrow. The dream, the 16-year-old kid who wrote his first song ever on a piano and was singing with the worst lyrics known to man, the dream was what's happening tomorrow. And so as I prepare for tomorrow's concert, I'm looking at it not as the end of an era, right? There's no end taking place. There's no end of video game soundtracks. I still have plenty more to do and inquiries about future ones. So like that's still there. As long as the good Lord above wants me to do game soundtracks, I'll do them. I like them enough, and I think I'm pretty decent at doing them, you know? But tomorrow is the start of a new era, right? Tomorrow marks the first concert in what I hope is going to be multiple concerts, right? I hope a symphonic celebration happening tomorrow, celebrating home away from home, celebrating Michigan because the concert tomorrow is in Michigan, celebrating the tiny towns here in Michigan because it's kind of a local little region. My hope is that it spreads. My hope is that, and my goal is that a symphonic celebration of home is then brought to, say, California or brought to Wisconsin. And then maybe there'll be new songs about things in Wisconsin or California, right? My hope is that a symphonic celebration of home becomes a concert series, so to speak. And that's the goal. So tomorrow kicks it off. And you know, when I think back 10 years ago, I never thought it would be happening. 10 years ago, I was still letting insecurity and fear and no one's gonna take my singing seriously. That was all running my life. You know, I was kind of fresh out of university at that point, and still I had like my mentor's voice in my head saying, don't do the singing, just do instrumental music. There's more of a market for you in that department. And peers and people just not really, they would look at my ideas of like vocals and orchestra, like what, like an opera? I'm like, no, kind of like pop with orchestra. And they're like, okay, that's okay. So all of those voices sort of determined my life back then. Again, I was pretty insecure, I was pretty vulnerable. And so kind of coming full circle with the original dream I had as a teenager to now, I'm pretty stoked. To now I'm really excited because tomorrow's event feels like, for lack of better words, from a musical perspective, we're all born to do many things in life. But I think from a purely musical perspective, I feel like what's happening tomorrow is sort of what I was designed to do. Not only in my personality, but my creativity and sort of the crazy ideas that I have and all of that. And I think back to even 25-year-old Tony or 20-year-old Tony, like he would never even fathom that I'd be doing something like this in a pretty significant opera house, in a pretty significant city. And I'm like, it almost feels like, it's like, how is this happening? It's almost like, in a way, it's like one of those little pinch me moments, right? And it's the first, I've never felt like this about anything before. I've released albums, I've worked on Minecraft. This is the first time where I really feel like, oh my goodness, like, is this actually happening? Like, is this legitimately happening, you know? And that's why I'm so excited for the future. I'm so excited for this to be the launch pad. Everything that's coming next, you know, the other albums, the Symphonic Celebration of Home series, all of it. Like, I'm just excited for what happens after tomorrow. But step one is to make tomorrow great. So that's step one. And I'm nervous and I'm excited and I'm all the things. But I just ran through everything. I'm actually a little bit sweaty. I was like singing my lungs out here for the last hour and a half. But it'll be great. It'll be great. I'm really excited. And if you're there, please say hello. I'll be there after the show. If you're not there, wait for the footage and the recording because it's coming. And in the meantime, have a great rest of your weekend and I will talk to you soon. Enjoy your coffee because I wish I had a coffee today. Anyway, see you soon.